sorry. Oops. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to pre-game one, first game of playoffs, season 3, EAL, Exile versus Acceleration, and we are going to get into draft right away. So in terms of bans, what bans do you expect to see coming through? Like just for either Acceleration or for Exile, far side.
Well, seeing that last time they really prioritized the mid laner, SkT the Master, on the side of Acceleration. So I think Acceleration is gonna ban the Vladimir or
Very smart, very
the
wise.
the Rise, the
Stylus, perhaps. I
yeah,
do
yeah,
really like
yeah.
this Nautilus fan, by the way, for the side of Exile. That's something I really predicted, but we're talking about just how valuable Zlizie is to the side of Acceleration. And getting rid of his Nautilus early on, I think it's a very smart choice.
Yeah, and the last game that's he also played Nautilus, so maybe they were just like a little scared of it and wanted to see what more he can bring to the table.
Speaking of scared, Acceleration choosing to ban out SkT the Masters Vladimir, as I think has been banned every single game this tournament thus far, which I guess is entirely fair enough. That man is disgusting on that champion, and he's perhaps the weak point that Exile can hope to attack Acceleration through. So getting him off the table seems like a very smart choice.
That is correct. Yes.
Xin ban coming through for Exile. This is exactly what I expected Exile to do. I did expect them to attack DiesToBubbles here, but I do also like this angle of attack, just taking off people off comfort, trying to get a bit more of a scattered ban across the board, maybe looking to make jungler's life a lot easier. I guess if you got a new jungler, wanting them to have a good matchup is understandable.
That's very true. And the Graves being banned from the side of Acceleration.
Hmm.
The jungler of Exile has been playing a lot of Graves,
Yep.
so mm, that's probably also a smart decision.
There's even the
Seeing
potential
as
for a
he's like
flex top.
the, I'm sorry.
So no, there's even I just want to say there's even a potential for a flex top with the Graves. So taking two people off champions that they're comfortable on, seems like a smart choice for Acceleration here. Especially because a flex Graves is such a strong, powerful first pick. And the final Camille ban coming in for Exile. A
Yeah.
Jarvan ban Acceleration. I feel
So
sorry, go on.
so they're really targeting the unknown factor of 49th Law, like the two main played junglers that he has this season are banned away.
First pick Lulu. That that's a very bold move there, Exile. I'm gonna be honest. We've seen first pick Lulu a few times throughout this tournament. We've seen it succeed. We've seen it fail. I think getting Zlizie off Nautilus and Lulu is a very smart choice there. Just getting him really off comfort. Having to play a little bit more deep into sport. I'm expecting to see something like a Leona, perhaps, but first pick Lulu does leave you vulnerable to something like a Sivir, who just doesn't care about the Lulu polymorph or the shield. She just keeps throwing out those Qs.
And the Sivir has been locked in for DiesToBubbles.
Mhm.
Also, like a really comfortable pick for him.
Yep.
The most played ADC of him.
Hmm. That's what happens when you don't ban him out at all. And Sivir Karma is a really safe lane, especially against something like a Lulu support. That lane is not going to be punishable by the side of Exile. So I think that's a smart choice. If you see the enemy pick like a passive support like Lulu, Karma's just an instant dub into that lane. Sivir, very free as well. But Yi being hovered here.
Going for maybe like a full-on Yi carry.
I mean, Yi Lulu, that's kind of
Yeah,
disgusting, right?
that's very true.
And you don't have much
Well,
support. The Lulu Lucian, yes. I was hoping to see some Lucian come out from Exile here. I didn't want to bring it up. I was hoping to see like Lucian Karma or Lucian Nami, but
mhm.
Lucian Lulu is really strong right now, specifically because of Lucian's changes on the most recent patch. And the Yi being hovered as well. Oh my god.
It's gonna be interesting.
What do you think of this Lucian pick? What do you think of this Lee Sin pick as well? But more specifically, what do you think of Lucian? I think that's more important to talk about.
Well, yeah, I don't really have like a deep, intricate understanding of bot lane, but seeing as what I know, like Lucian is more like a little bit early presence, but Karma and Sivir can just play safe, just farm it out, and then in the later stages of the game, maybe just take it over.
Funnily enough, with Lucian's changes, his late game SkT is a lot better because of the crit scaling on
Really?
his ult. Yeah, the crit
Oh.
scaling on his ult, he fires more shots now. And the fact that he gets bonus damage when he gets enchanted by like Lulu. It means Lucian mid game and late game doesn't fall off as hard as he used to. But the important thing to note is the range advantage in the bot lane. Karma, Sivir, Lucian is going to be crying. He's not going to be able to be hitting anything with his 450 attack range. It's going to be spamming Qs, both of them, poking him down, making it really hard for Lulu and Lucian to look for these fights. So I still think this is in favor of Acceleration. I think Acceleration has quite a big boss advantage here.
Yeah.
And with Hecarim, that means they got the engage, they were perhaps lacking, and Hecarim Sivir, kind of a disgusting combo.
Yeah, that's true. And the second phase of banning already beginning, being Acceleration banning out Kokma, and Exile banning out the Lilia, and perhaps also being the Lilia top lane, as seeing it Rhomion played Lilia top lane last time.
Yeah. One last thing to mention is Lucian could also be going in the solo lane, of course. That Cogmo is also a bit of a flex. Cogmon bed's been rising a bit, but I think they were scared of Lulu Cog just right-clicking in team fights and making DiesToBubbles' mechanical skill a lot less important when your entire team's being shredded by attack speed.
Kokma, yeah.
Yeah. And the Riven band, double bands going up towards the side of Rhomion here. I think that's very fair. We talked about him perhaps carrying through the top lane because HitMaker is a bit weaker up there. So getting rid of two very big impact champions, I think, is very wise for Exile here.
Yeah, that's really good because Rhomion is being really comfortable with those scary champions, so it's a smart decision.
It looks like they're going to be saving Rhomion counterpick here and just going for the Syndra. Syndra's very nice, very safe for acceleration. I like this pick. If SkT does decide to pick something like the Silas here, or perhaps even Rise, Syndra is going to be able to scatter the weak on those shorter range mages very effectively.
Yeah.
Gnar oh, I don't like the Gnar pick here, actually. You've got double AD topside. I think acceleration, obviously, it's not really Roman style to play a tank here, but I think something like a Malphite even to round out this comp is absolutely disgusting for acceleration. Like, you got 3 targets you really want to be stacking armor against. Plus, you got big engage with the Hecarim already. But the Silas does dissuade that counterpick quite a lot.
Yeah, because of the stolen ult. Yeah. Interesting. Oh,
Never mind, it's Corki.
it's gonna
Yeah,
be a Corki.
Malphite's cracked here. I really want to see acceleration pick Malphite, but I don't think it's going to happen. Roman's not likely to play safe like that, and it looks like they're going to pick up the Jace instead, potentially. It's still being hovered. What do you think of this Corki pick?
It's gonna be interesting because we've never seen, or at least I don't recall, Master playing Corki mid lane. But
Yeah. Perhaps he's got it on his secret solo queue account, you know? Like all the
yeah,
world's
sure.
players get these accounts. I think we got supplied some as well, production rate. We got supplied official Riot accounts with like Challenger MMR. So perhaps he's been playing on that on his secret Challenger account. But it's quite interesting. 2 ADCs with Lulu, obviously very good. But I think it's going to be super hard for Exile to match Fiora in the late game. I'm not a top lane expert. I'm not sure how versus Fiora and matchup goes. But in my mind, Gnar wins out early, but suffers from like level 9 onwards, just because Fiora's scaling, being able to proc the vitals, being able to parry the Gnar,
Yeah,
seems like
yeah.
really difficult to match her in the side game, late in the late game.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit how that matchup plays out. Just because the Fiora will get like a lot of true damage as well, so it doesn't really matter how tanky he builds. But and she's just gonna be able to split push because I don't see if that Fiora gets ahead, nobody's
Yeah,
going to be able to stop her alone. So maybe that's
certainly not. We'll have to see, though. We'll have to see. So right now, we're going to throw this game over to the casters. Perhaps they'll have some comments on the draft while the game's loading in. We're going to go into a quick pause as well. And on the other side, you will be seeing Hunterware and Pills, the Hunter Pills combination. Sorry, Pillsware combination of casting this very exciting first game, playoffs, Exile versus Acceleration. Don't go anywhere.
So we are getting into the game, but
the
it's
streamer
spectator.
of the spectator late,
Yeah,
of course,
yeah.
with pass catching up.
As it
So,
looks to be, some sort of a 5-point defense, at least for acceleration. As Exile looks to get a cheeky ward in maybe in the top side.
Yeah, maybe a little bit dicey, of course, with Gutsuo on the flank there, and Rhomion being in the brush. I'm interested to see if
Rhomion?
Rhomion does get a ward. Probably just going to jump back over, but maybe Gnar is going to face check him in the brush if he goes back to lane after leashing, or if because I'm not sure that Gnar wins that.
Level 1, I don't think Gnar wins that. At least not when Fiora is on top of him. But seems like he won't leash, actually. It's going to be a leashless start for the Lee Sin, which is definitely possible, but most of the time it's not really favorable. 94th Law opting for a leashless start here, which does mean Brisingrmaiden gets a little bit of a head start when he, of course, does receive a leash.
Yeah, you're right, and they are actually pathing towards opposites end, which is pretty interesting. Both junglers deciding to play towards a different lane. Of course, Lulu might need to help in this poke lane against Karma Sivir. So pretty smart decision there from the Lee Sin. And like you said, did start without a leash, so it's a little bit slower than a Hecarim here, when Hecarim is already doing his third camp and Lee Sin is still on the gromp.
Yeah, and I mean, Hecarim is a faster clearer than Lee Sin anyway, and when he gets the leash as well, and the opposite side doesn't, it's going to be a little bit rough. But good news for the Lee Sin is that he won't be contested at Scuttle, or at least shouldn't be contested at Scuttle, unless Acceleration and Spot Lane and Mid Lane decide to go up there, because they do both have pressure, which is to be expected.
I wanted to ask you, what do you think about the item start that Fiora went? I think it's quite interesting. Not the normal start for a Fiora, but maybe he knows something we don't.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good to save your money on your first buy. I mean, 450 gold is a lot of gold, my guy. And you don't really need items, you know? So, I'm thinking if... There he goes! He noticed.
Yeah, of course. Little unfortunate there from Rhomion. Win trading obviously has some bet going that Exile will win this game, so decides to start himself off with a handicap there, thinking we wouldn't notice. But as Lee Sin is looking for the gank mid onto Gutsuo, has to flash out immediately. I think he didn't have a ward available, so couldn't follow up. As Brisingrmaiden is looking to do the same thing. Rhomion with the reset gets the first blood, 400 gold for Rhomion. Excellent start, and now we see why he saved the money. Now he got an instant sheen, and that's what killed him.
You're not a top laner, you know?
We're just not on the same
I know how
level.
this strat works. You save the 450 gold, then you TP back with a big item purchase. That's how you do it.
As Lee Sin looking again for the gank, this time in the bot lane. Bubbles has to flash out. 2 flashes burned already by Lee Sin. Well, start for him, but Lulu as well, flashing onto the Sivir there to try and maybe force something, or polymorph, trying to get Lee Sin into range quicker. But again, burns the flash. Maybe can look for a turn gank after, but for now he's going to farm his camps, since there were 2 up still. And pretty exciting start.
Yeah, for sure. To be honest, I expected Lee Sin to just maybe E-flash the Sivir or something, but didn't ward hop or flash. I think it definitely could have been a kill, but in the end, DiesToBubbles does make it out. Didn't use his exhaust either, and was pretty patient with his flash there as well. But meanwhile, as I said in draft, I'll hold my point.
Yeah, you hold your point. As Hecarim looking to go bot.
Actually,
not sure if that's going to work out. With a nice polymorph from the Lulu, turns him into what is it with the skin, a bird or something? But
little hamster.
Little hamster just didn't burn anything, really, just to relieve some pressure here to make be able to have their bot lane push in a wave, maybe reset. Again, I'm not sure why, but.
I like the ward from Rhomion as well, putting the same ward there onto his blue and gromp for 95th Law.
Good ward.
95th. What did I just say?
I'm not sure what you said, but it
49
is a
flaw.
good ward because now Lucian is going to do his grump, and then he will
Yeah,
be spotted
gets
out,
spotted.
which
Yeah.
is pretty
That's
nice.
how you track your
Once
jungle.
he goes to grump, at least.
Eventually. And then Brisingrmaiden is gonna thank him for tracking his jungler. As mid lane looks
As
pretty solid.
Gutsuo with the level advantage here on with the left 6, can he
Oh.
take down the Master? And he does with the unleashed power. And well played there
played.
from Gutsuo. Like we said before the game starts, solo killing again
Yeah,
his opponent in the mid lane. Yeah, great stuff there from Gutsuo, getting a nice kill for himself. Corki should be able to TP back, so won't lose that much in the end.
for sure.
But yeah, good play there.
Oh, but
Pretty
look,
nice mental edge.
Brisingrmaiden had the info on the Lee Sin there, of course, with the war, so he's looking for a counter gank, but Lee Sin doesn't show up in the top side. Using
Lee
that
Sin
pressure wall.
Opting out of this top lane gank, of course, it is pushing towards the Fiora.
very
Pretty
hard
hard to kill her at this point.
Yeah,
So yeah, pretty good call there. Maybe looking to go onto the streak. Since Syndra has yet to base, of course, and bot lane does have the pressure still.
Yeah.
And Lee Sin, of course, pretty good at doing these kinds of objectives by himself. So
and
Yeah,
the Gnar
again.
just spotted Hecarim top lane as well, so they have some info
Yeah.
on where that Hecarim is. So he's going
again,
for an invade.
pretty good. Brisingrmaiden recognizing that he might be on Dragon, looking for the invade, trying to steal something away from himself. So yeah, just trading gold left and right, and the
Yep.
first Dragon, Cloud, going over to Exile.
Yep, looks pretty good. Nice cross map. As Syndra definitely... Oh, hold it. Doesn't look like they can do too much there, no. That's the exhaust, baby.
As top lane, Brisingrmaiden is here again, taking down Gnar here. Pretty easily, if I say so myself. Of course, Gnar didn't have flash, just
Yep.
lost the Mega Gnar. Good timing there.
For sure.
Yeah, with the level 6, immediately using this onslaught of shadows for the greater good and taking down Gnar yet again, as bot lane is looking
Huh?
to trade, actually 2v2ing the Exile bot lane, but do get traded back onto the Karma there, with Lee Sin showing up, who is a level down on the Hecarim at the
Yeah,
moment,
true.
which is pretty rough for him since he does have the upper hand early, but yeah, good start here for Acceleration, 2k up already, 2.2,
sure.
so
Yeah, and
yeah, looking
the
good.
positive thing also is that it's a kill in literally every lane and the jungle. So that gold is spread very nicely. As yeah, I thought it looked a little bit weird how the Lulu died, but it was in fact a
Oh.
disconnect.
He did, in fact, DC. I mean, I'm not sure if he would have
I don't think he would
not
have
died.
survived.
Yeah, if he survived, thank you. If he did not DC, but again, pretty unfortunate. But of course, they did trade it back, so it's okay in the end. But yeah,
Yeah.
some connectivity issues on the side of Exile here. Both ADC and support not being able to connect to the game properly, which is pretty unfortunate, as you do want the most fair game you can imagine.
Yeah,
So yeah, as Gutsuo finally seen here in the jungle, can he chase him down? Does have the unleashed power available to him. Has to flash away from the package though with the Master with another W here, trying to follow him. Nice
Fancy food,
sidesteps
fancy
there.
food.
As Zlizie shows up to the party, taking down Lucian with bubbles combined. Fancy footwork there from Gutsuo, dodging away from all the missiles. And
Wow,
again, another
Gutsuo,
kill, going over to Acceleration, just being more attentive and more playing better around the vision than Exile is currently doing.
yeah, I completely agree, and I think Gutsuo is just performing insane on the Syndra right now. He's having so much pressure, and he's evading the
Gutsuo
pressure as well.
looking to bait. Brisingrmaiden
Oh,
has to
no.
shove him under tower. I think he could have gotten behind him, but I'm
Yeah.
not sure. Again, I don't really play the champ as
we
Rhomion,
see the
looking to
Fioras?
use this advantage onto Gnar as he pushes him back from the wave, looking to zone him
looking
with
for
the
it, he's
freeze
looking for
setting
it.
up. He's going in for it. He does have the duelist. Dance
Ooh.
and does take him down. Well played
Well
there
played.
from Rhomion. Of course, Gnar, again, mini, once you get on him, pretty hard to defend himself against the
Yeah.
Fiora. And let's be honest, Rhomion is fat at this point in the game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and that Gnar went for a Bramble first item as well, but it just doesn't matter. I mean, they burned both their flashes, and with the Fiora ult, I saw the mini bar at, or the rage bar for Gnar at like 40%.
Half or something, right? Yeah.
No, it was like 40%. So there's no way he's gonna get it in time to go mega and use his ult. Rhomion just runs him down. I mean, that's what we talked about before the game, right? As soon as that Fiora hits level 6 and you see the mini Gnar, you can just run him down. As soon as he's not close to mega.
Meanwhile, Brisingrmaiden getting spot onto the ward. They know they are on Herald, but I'm not sure you really want to contest if you're Lee Sin here. As bot lane looking to fight. Actually, Exile coming out on top, taking down Bubbles. The Zlizie's most definitely going down as well. Gets polymorphed. Can he maybe trade something back? But no, the Wild Growth saving Lucian as they chasing him down, trying to kill him. Which is taking a little bit longer than expected, but they do get the 2v2 kill in the end. That Corki somehow died somewhere. I'm not sure how, probably being a bit disrespectful
Lee Sin as well.
towards this Gutsuo. The Lee Sin as well, by the way. I guess they really did try to contest.
Must be at Herald.
I think they tried to contest the Herald, which I thought we agreed on was not the smart play. Exile,
No.
but they still did it anyway. And it was looking good as well with Exile 2v2 in the bot lane, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm quite positive that Corki got solo killed by Syndra again, because on the minimap I saw his death icon right under his mid tower, so it couldn't have been on the Herald. So
No, it was not on the mid tower, I believe. But
I'm pretty sure Lee Sin was at the Herald and there was a death at the mid tower as well, but I could be wrong. But I think he got solo killed again, to be honest. But
I wouldn't be surprised, as Gutsuo is, of course, playing really well at the moment on the Syndra. Almost having his mythic complete as well. Tier nice and stacking as they're looking to do this dragon, but Exile being a little bit earlier to the party than Gutsuo is, do get forced off.
There.
I think when Syndra is there, they can't really contest, and they shouldn't, since they got the first one already anyway. As Rhomion looking again on the trade on this top lane. Gnar again being mini, almost has the mega there, so again, Rhomion can just trade freely on him, especially with the item advantages that he has. Can't really trade back.
Yeah, but let's not glance over the fact that this bot lane of Exile just got a 2v2 double kill.
Yeah, Lucian 3-0 with the mythic complete.
Yeah, he's looking strong.
Opted into the Kraken. Not sure if I agree, but of course Kraken always a good option. Does do a lot of damage, especially against this Hecarim, who is going to get a lot tankier than he currently is, as he does proc the Herald down in mid for some free plates. Gutsuo didn't get any, I think, but as Maiden looking to go onto Lee Sin here, pushing him to the side with also the shadows. Nice fear there into the stun, taking down the Exile jungler again, really disrespecting the Syndra again.
Yeah, that was a little bit weird to defend Herald or your tower there against the Herald, but well, I guess that happened, and now it looks to me like Acceleration should be able to take this Drake, but they will opt for a reset as Bubbles based as well. Oh, do we see some action?
Into the reset. Gnar looking to go in. I'm not sure you want this body.
Rhomion wants it.
Doesn't parry the ult though. But yeah, not really happening much more. As Rhomion's just looking to beat him down a little bit more. Now that he's mini maybe, but Corki is on the way with the package. Doesn't commit to it though. Instead uses it on the crab to secure it for himself. As Maiden, maybe. Oh wait, does he secure it for himself? Yeah, they do with the smite there. Got a little bit dicey there with the Hecarim running in, but yeah.
You saw Brisingrmaiden wanted that scroll. He really wanted it.
He wanted it bad.
Yeah, I had good point to make. I think as a Fiora, it's almost impossible to parry a
Gutsuo again, unleash power not yet available to him, but he doesn't need it.
Wow.
Gutsuo is showing him why you ban Syndra against this man.
Yeah, he's also showing why he just picks the Syndra, no questions asked. He's looking fantastic on this pick.
Gets the first third for himself as well. So and gets another kill with the unleashed power.
Wow.
Of the Lee Sin. I'm not sure what they're doing, if I'm being really honest.
It looks to be like Gutsuo is not playing a 2v2 with his jungler, but he's actually just playing a 1v2 and winning. As he is just killing the Lee Sin and the Corki one after another.
Yeah, Gutsuo really popping off. Does finally result into the second dragon for acceleration, or rather the first for acceleration, but the second in general, as we get the Mountain Soul. Pretty
Oh,
not really. Oh, Rhomion though does have the ulti
Didn't
available
take
to
Gnar
him. Does he look for the dive flash and
Wow.
doesn't need the ult? Just takes down HitMaker again. And the solo laners for acceleration are quite strong. Let's just put it like that.
yeah, let's just put it like that. I mean, well played by Rhomion. He flash queued just far enough to hit that Fido and just completely one-shot that Gnar. As SkT the Master, I don't think you want that.
Again, looking
I
onto
don't think you want
Gutsuo
that.
doesn't
Oh.
have it available to him, but nearly takes down Corki again.
Yeah.
Does have the Luden's Tempest already available to him. With the Sorcerer's Shoes, tier is almost fully stacked at this point. So pretty scary stuff. Is he sitting on a lot of gold? I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe we
I
can
want- I
check
was
for a
about to
second
ask.
there. Sitting on 1800 gold as
Look at
well,
top lane
which
as
would
well.
be a large rod. And maybe even the Amplifying Tome. So almost the Saros finished for himself as well.
Yeah, and Hecarim and Fiora both sitting on 2000 gold as well as Fiora also bases right now. So it's gonna be very strong right now, together with the Syndra.
Yeah, I believe he might have even finished his item already. Maybe. I think not quite yet, but probably opting into the Essence Reaver here, since it is the only
Yeah.
Sheen item available which isn't Lichbane. So, yeah, they're pretty strong. Again, 4-0-2 and 5-0-2 respectively for the both of them, and really putting their team on their back. Not that any of them are playing bad in particular. I mean, Brisingrmaiden is doing his job, ganking all across the map, getting some objectives, and I mean bot lane did get solo kill 2v2, but are not doing bad for any sake for that matter. But yeah, again, but the solo lane is just showing them what's up.
Yeah, I mean, something to touch on for Exile though is that this Lucian is at least 400 to 500 gold up on this Sivir, so if there's one strong point for Exile, it must be this Lucian and his Lulu. We'll see if he's able to do anything against a Syndra and a Fiora who are this fat, but yeah. Fiora, of course, not the greatest team fighter, so
Fiora, should be looking to split push as Lee Sin, looking to go on Gutsuo,
Wow,
flashes
he
in,
goes
but
deep.
there's a Hecarim there with the Onslaught of Shadows, fears him up, makes sure Gutsuo doesn't die, pops the Ghost, looking to chase the Corki, but
I
the
think they
TP
can
coming
just
in
kill
from
the Gnar as well.
HitMaker, but Gnar, you don't
Yeah.
want this being mini TP in, going down to Brisingrmaiden, also looking to cut
He
down
doesn't care.
Corki again, double kill for the Hecarim. Wow, this is starting to look like a stomp.
you think?
Just a little bit.
Yeah. It looks like a bit of an overchase there. Lee Sin going very deep is not the play you want to make as a 0-4 Lee Sin. Don't have any damage to kill that Syndra. And then the Gnar TP is a little bit weird there. And just gets one shot. Look at the Syndra damage on that Gnar. It was like AQ did about 60% of that mini Gnar's health bar. Nothing he can really do, and then with the Sivir ult and the Karma Shields, his Hecarim is just so fast and so much damage.
And acceleration, taking the inner tower mid, taking the Herald, of course. Exile's bot lane did trade back the outer tower for it, but again, that's not really worth it.
Bubbles?
Bubbles might have overstepped a little bit. Luckily, he had Exhaust to save him there. And yeah, Lucian getting another kill for himself, 4-0 now. Pretty nice for himself. Not sure if he is going to be able to carry these fights, but he certainly is being put in a position to do so.
Yeah. We didn't get to see how Bubbles got into that situation, but what I did get to see was Bubbles being polymorph for about 4 years. It's pretty cool ability.
Lulu, pretty nice champion, of course, overall. So yeah, I mean, Bubbles going down again, not having the best game of his life, but I'm not
Yeah, for
sure,
sure.
if the Lucian is going to be able to carry these fights, because he has so much things to worry about.
Yeah.
All the poke, all the stun from Syndra, Hecarim's engage, Fiora maybe on the flank, is so many scary things for him.
Wow.
Like I said, like the Fiora stun does survive there with the wild growth from the Lulu, but yeah, that was
Yeah.
a lot of damage
That's a bit of
from Gutsuo there.
just a little bit of a teaser of how that's gonna go in a team fight.
As they are looking to maybe contest this dragon here, as Fiora is taking down a tower bot. Not sure if they
Gnar had no
are in a
TP.
position to contest. Gnar doesn't have TP, is meanwhile taking the top tower, as they are moving into the river, looking to maybe go for it,
Yeah.
but in the end, wisely decide not to and just get the mid prio, maybe take some damage, do some damage on the mid tower.
Yeah.
Lucian taking red, Corki taking the crush. Rhomion though finds the Corki. Can he maybe go into the snow? There might be some people behind it, and decides against it, but
To be
Yeah.
honest, I wouldn't be surprised if Rhomion would be able to just 1v2 them. There is level 14, 3 levels up on both the Corki and the Lucian. But I wanted to say, I feel like if I was on Exile,
no.
Oh.
As Zlizie trying
Where
to
is this
take away
Lucian
this
going?
red buff here, but yeah, might be a
Bye.
bit greedy there by Zlizie, and Gutsuo gets another kill, going godlike now.
Very
yeah,
interesting.
pretty interesting there. Gnar had already backed off, so did the rest of his entire team, but does decide he can maybe steal it away, gets found out, goes down. Maybe even looking for the Baron here. No, not quite yet, as it is 22 minutes into the game, so it's a little bit hard to do it. Especially with Lethality Sivir, doesn't do that much Baron damage, so can't really rush it as Gutsuo. Yeah. Look,
Well,
yeah, that looks
I
that
guess
was
he had
nice
two
to play.
items.
That does have the fully stacked Saras and the Luden's Tempest, so it does have a lot of damage under his belt. Rhomion looking again onto SkT the Master. Not sure if Corki's gonna make it out. I'm definitely sure Corki's not gonna make it out. One-shots him basically. Man, this Fiora's looking pretty good.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we haven't seen him do that much the past couple of minutes. Of course, has just been split pushing and taking some waves and some farm. Oh
As
wow!
he's looking onto Wissingofff. Wow, that crit, doing a lot of damage.
Lucian does a
but
lot of
maybe
damage though.
maybe a bit of a little bit more than he can chew. As good parry, good flash out, almost going down into the Lucian. 2-item Lucian, also
Yeah.
pretty strong, of course, 4-0 on this champion at the moment. So yeah, Rhomion maybe a little bit over eager to make something happen for himself. Of course, didn't have the ulti available, has to burn the flash, but does get out and keeps this pretty big shutdown for himself.
Yeah, Wissingofff really wanted that shutdown, but in the end, it's just a flash for flash, and I would say the flash on the Lucian is maybe more valuable than on the Fiora. But it is a trade in the end. There's no big objectives, or at least the Nash is up, but probably not contested yet. But maybe his flash is up for the next Drake fight. Actually, no, it's not going to be up. No, never mind.
It's
Wrong
definitely
point.
not going to be up. So,
No, I'm not sure. I wouldn't have
no
traded the flash there,
flashes
but
available for the upcoming Dragon fight.
which is going to
so,
be
yeah,
big.
Which is going to be very hard when you're playing against a Syndra who does have the
Exactly.
flash.
And the Hecarim
so-
who runs at you.
And the Hecarim, of course.
With
Pretty scary.
Yeah,
3-0
with
and
Carmen
6,
and
by the
Sivir.
way, this Hecarim.
He's not
Almost
to be
2
laughed at.
items. Bramblefest under his belt, so pretty scary stuff here. As Bubbles looking to clear a ward, but Lulu's not having it. Does spell shoot the polymorph actually, as HitMaker is TPing in. Again,
Wow.
not sure that's a good TP, but he is here now. Dragon is spawning in 1 minute 30, just wanted to be early to get some vision for his team, I suppose.
I'm
as
pretty
they are-
sure I just saw 5 people defend the ward.
I think
with a
you're
TP.
right. As they're looking
Wow,
for
they're
their
going for
mid
it.
tower, and oh my
Where did
lord,
Gutsuo come
Gutsuo
from?
flashing off with the unleashed power, taking down Lucian. Go legendary, gets the double kill with the stun. Sivir taking down Lulu in the meantime. Brisingrmaiden with a big onslaught of shadows there onto 4 with the ghost. Yeah, I don't know. Exile just looking for some gold, maybe take down the tower, and Acceleration punishing really well as
Rhomion.
Lucian is trying to get out, but Rhomion is here.
No, he's
It's
dead.
a Fiora. He's dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fiora-
Gutsuo
Rhomion
tries to steal
going
it.
Dominated. Gutsuo looking to pep the KDA for himself a little bit more. Does need more than 9 kills, of course. It's never enough for these selfish mid laners. So. But now they do look for this Baron. It's gonna take a little while because again, Lethality Sivir not the best Baron taker, and also Fiora is just taking down towers and Gutsuo is taking the blue. So it might take a little while to take it down. Not sure if they can actually contest as Corki though is looking onto the Fiora, but Fiora is looking onto the Corki as
shutdown.
Lucian does get the big shutdown here onto Fiora. So nice for him. They will lose the Baron for it. So it's not the perfect trade, as the Grump is fighting the Baron with them, I guess. Took the Grump there for a little stroll, as
Yeah.
they do take the Baron, finally. But yeah, Fiora going down, ruining her perfect KDA, sadly.
Oh no.
Uh,
Not Acceleration's bot lane is not the only one with deaths anymore. Damn it.
Nah, as Exile looking,
that's
knowing
nice.
that Acceleration reset, looking for this dragon, and they will get
Ooh,
it
they're
unless
fast, bro.
Brisingrmaiden is on time. But
Wow.
no, he's not on time, man. That
They
was a
super
fast
ulted for that.
pony. That was a fast pony.
Yeah.
As Hitmaker looking for this mid tower, should be able to get it.
But
Might
he's
need to be a little bit
stuck.
careful, because Acceleration is a team that plays together. As Brisingrmaiden just securing the kill there onto Gnar, just in case he might get away there.
Yeah. I
So,
mean,
yeah.
playing together as a team. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure Hitmaker knew they were coming, and if he didn't know, I have to question them because they were just spotted in the Drake pit. So you gotta have to know that. But I guess he just wanted to trade his life for the mid tower, which honestly he's 0-7.
It might be
I don't
worth.
think he's not worth a lot of gold. So
It
maybe
might
the
be
tower is
worth.
actually worth it.
It was a positive transition. As we are reaching the 27-minute mark, and Acceleration is up 11k gold. Yeah, pretty unfortunate stuff here from Exile in this first game. Yeah,
But look
most
at
of the
Lucian's
gold. Yeah, he is ahead of his counterpart in the Sivir, but he is not ahead of Gutsuo.
But he is
who
on par
is-
with Rhomion actually.
Yeah, but again, it's just so hard to play these team fights if you're Lucian with Lucian
Oh, no.
looking to get stunned up by the Syndra to unleash power, takes him down. Not sure what he was thinking, maybe looking
I
for
have
a
no
play
idea where
or a
that guy
flank.
is.
As Bubbles in the front line, looking to run at them with the pony combined, and Zlizie just trying to poke him off. They really can't contest this in a tower, and
No.
goes down for free. A lot more gold on the Fiora again. Mega Nardo looking for an ult, does pull Gutsuo back, but Gutsuo has his Zanya's already. Hecarim with the onslaught shot just barely misses everyone, and somehow no one is dying. As
Hitmaker?
Hitmaker's looking onto Bubbles, gets exhausted, doesn't get stunned up, so also survives. Not sure why nobody is dying, and but Fiora does still have the ulti available, maybe looking. Brisingrmaiden as well, trying to go in, but Rhomion taking a lot of poke there, getting pretty low.
Wow.
As Lulu gets stunned up though, almost gets one shield by Gutsuo. Wildgrove not enough to save him as they take down an inhibitor as well. They might be looking for the end of
Whoa.
Gutsuo, looking for the stun again. Hits the Master as well. Gutsuo hitting all the stuns today on the carries. As Rhomion looking to get onto this Gnar, getting pretty low.
Almost
Doesn't
mega.
make it out, does make it to the fountain. Lucian goes down somehow to the Sivir. Rhomion barely goes down. Gutsuo is looking to go down, but all this damage from the Syndra is just too big, man. They've been forced back to the fountain time and time again. Acceleration with a dominant start to the series. It freezes, but they have won, I presume, unless they have